What's up, everybody? How's it going? I'm here on Paradise. Pretty much the sun's going down. It's gonna get better, visibility here. It's just been really windy, and so we got Sierra. She's all excited. It's been super windy, and so there's lots of haze in the air and stuff like that. But as soon as the sun goes down to like kind of in that area, it's gonna get really awesome over here. And so this is a camp right now. Pretty much spent all day rolling around in my truck. I started out at that ruin. I went and hiked over to that ruin, and then found the ruin that we scouted with the drone. Like Sierra's going big. She's like, I'm getting the big stick. We found that ruin that I scouted with the drone, and then four-wheeled all the way from there into town. Took the long way into Sedona. Got some groceries in Sedona. And then let's see, what else did I do in Sedona? I went to the library, and then after that I rolled up here, and it took all day to get up here. And so we got up here, set up right here on the rim. The edge is right there, and so if we come up to the edge here, I'll show you. Let me put this down. So it's right there where it goes off, and then goes out to there. So really great area. I've been here before. I was here last year, and we did a breakfast tailgate from pretty much the same spot. It was like a Saturday morning. I put the camera up here like this, and then we had breakfast up here. So anyway, all right, let's see. Let's say what's up to some questions here. Let me turn off the RC truck. How dorky of an intro was that? Doing the RC truck for the intro. So, all right, let's see here. Let me see. What do we got? Let me go back and see. All right. Hey, let's get started here. Elsa and Barrett, what's up? Are you all still in the in the campground? I know that you were waiting on your engine out. Barrett, I was going to call you today, and then ended up I couldn't find my my charger for my router, and so the battery went dead. And then I was coming up here. I'm like, oh, I got cell reception the whole way. I'll call Barrett, and then I didn't have cell service, unfortunately. But I was going to call and see how the motor install is going. And also too, I love that last video, and then the video before that, the one with the kids in the scamp, that was so awesome. So just so everybody knows, I'm in Arizona, currently outside of Sedona at the moment, and four-wheeled up to this spot. It's about a 7-mile four-wheel or 4x4 drive up here, and it's pretty gnarly. And so I came up here, and I've only seen people up here once. I camped up here a total of 8 days so far. Like not now, but I mean total over my life. And so the views are spectacular. I mean, looking out this way, as soon as the sun, let's see. Yeah, if I put my head in it, I look like Jesus. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna start a cult. No, I'm just kidding. But if you look out this way, you know, especially when the sun goes down, like all the peaks right here and everything, they're just spectacular looking. And so I'm really excited to show you all that. So, all right, let's see. Oh, Mark from Arizona. Yeah, I got this. Is actually a green screen. I'm actually in Cincinnati, Ohio right now. I'm just kidding. Cincinnati is fun. I've been there before. It's cool. All right, let's see what else have we got. Let me go back to the comments here. All right, so we got Barrett and Nelson in the house. Mark from Arizona. Zach C, what's up? Wasn't sliding in Buena Vista, and of course it was snowing. Oh wow, I didn't realize it was still getting like that in Colorado. I thought that weather had passed by now. So peach trees, make breakfast for dinner. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing pancakes. So I do have, I've got let's see. I've got it here. I've been able to upgrade. My stomach will allow me to do the organic buttermilk pancakes from Birch Benders, but I still can't do peanut butter. That's what made me pissed off the other day. That made me post that review for St. Vincent's. I was really mad that I tried peanut butter for the first time in like a year and a half. And I was so excited because I ate it and I'm like, all right, no reaction. And then like an hour later, I had a reaction. I was up all night and I was pissed. And so I got up that morning. I'm like, I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna tell them what's up online. So I don't know. You know me, when I get when I get bent, I'm kind of weird. All right, let's see what else we got here. Hello from Washington. All right, cool. Let's see. What's up, Brian? Hank here. Oh, hey, what's up, Hank? How you doing, man? let's see. Oh, hey, I'll message you about that battery. So, all right. So let's say it doesn't look real. Yeah, Stuntman Jim Overland. This is amazing over here, and it's the whole. It's like it's literally like almost a. It's more than a 180 degree view, because if you look, it starts over here, and that's the wilderness area over there. So that's where I'm going hiking tomorrow. But then you pan around. Let me see if I can cover up the thing here. I don't want the. Let's see. There it is. So if you pan around, I know, baby girl. You pan around this way, and then you come over here. I mean, it just keeps going. It's crazy. That's like probably the worst pan job I've ever done. But it's amazing, like the views from up here. And then when the sun goes down, Sierra, come on over here, girl. Oh, here, you gotta check out this flower. Check this out. This cactus right here was blooming, and now the flower is starting to close up right there. But anyway, when the sun goes down, I mean the sky lights up, and that's what I was excited for tonight, because I think that as soon as we get like maybe about 30 more minutes, the sunset's really going to start going off, and then it's going to be really spectacular around here. I mean, look at these clouds, and so all those lit up with this as the backdrop and everything, and then not blown out with the sun, into the camera. It's going to look really cool. So, all right, let's see. Simple Trail Overland. Hank, you were asking me, what piece of equipment do you find most important to have camping in the backcountry? That's a good question. I mean, I'd say that the most versatile tool. The most versatile tool I have is either my entrenchment tool right here, because I can do so much with it. I can dig out my truck. I can dig a cat hole. I can use it as a stool. I can do tons of different stuff with it. That or my pocket knife. I'd have to say, like, my pocket knife is pretty good. I used to have a Leatherman, was it 100 or 1000? I can't remember which one I had, and that was great, but I left it somewhere, and I just never bought a new one. But I would say those are probably my most useful tools at camp. Like when I'm at camp, obviously when I'm rolling around, my most useful tool is my truck. But I would say at camp, probably the e-tool or the pocket knife, just because the pocket knife has got so many different tools on it. It's got a flathead screwdriver and Phillips head and lanyard. I mean, just a bunch of different stuff. So it's all good. What's up, girl? What you doing over here? Sierra's been exceptionally happy this week. I've been feeling better, and so we've been out hiking around and stuff like that, and I think she enjoys the extra activity. So that's been nice. We did do some hiking. Let's see, yesterday we did a lot of hiking, and then the day before we were up in Flagstaff, and it got down to like 32 or 33 that Sunday night. What's funny is, so yesterday was Monday, and I usually do a Patreon only. I was going to do a Patreon only live stream last night. And I got to camp, and for some reason, I was like, my mind switched. And I thought, even though I knew it was Monday, and I had that live stream that said like Monday morning, I got to camp. I'm like, it's Sunday night. I got an extra day to kick it before my Patreon live stream, and then I completely missed it. So, all right, let's sit down here. Let's go over some comments real quick, and then we'll check out the sunset. So, all right, unpin that. See, Oklahoma loves life you live large. But thanks, Don. I appreciate that, man. Hello from Arizona. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, see. Yeah, all right, cool. What's up, Michael? Ray Anderson, if I ever make it out west, I'd love to see that place. Yeah, this place is incredible. All of Sedona is incredible, honestly. And that's why I'm kind of floored at how well this place can absorb all the traffic, because it does get hit with a lot of people because it's so spectacular. But everywhere you go around here for like 20 square miles, it's just the most spectacular scenery. And like, I remember the first time I rolled into town, and I was driving out to one of the Forest Service roads from town, and I was taking some of the back roads, and I was just driving around. I'm like, holy cow. And like every bend, you stop off, you're like, well, I got to take a picture of that. That's the best picture I've ever seen. And then you realize, you're like, okay, if I'm going to go like this 5 miles, it's going to take me 2 hours if I keep stopping every bend. And so you just realize, you're like, wow, the whole place is like this. And the weather's phenomenal. And the Forest Service did a phenomenal job. I got to give them major props, because out on Forest Service Road 525, where a lot of people go, it's like the most popular area out here. The Forest Service went through, and there was starting to get a lot of illegal camping going on out there, especially after COVID hit. And people were making just campgrounds everywhere and just staying there and all that stuff. And the Forest Service went through and cleaned it all up, and then shut all that stuff down, and it's starting to grow back. And I was really impressed with how great that looks out there. So kudos to the Forest Service on that one out here. The Cocosino Ranger District, I think it's Red Rock Ranger District out here, they did an excellent job redoing that. So that's pretty awesome. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, Judy's got a question here. Judy Stelly. She said, "I have my very first question. What do your parents, family think of your lifestyle? Also, I have stomach issues as well, and I checked out your coffee. Had a disclaimer of potential lead. Oh, okay, cool. I'll check into that. I didn't know that. I've had a good experience with that coffee. It actually doesn't hurt my stomach at all. And I was gonna say that with that coffee, if you want to have like a really good banana bread with it, I started doing this Abe's banana bread." And it's vegan, but man, it tastes better than regular banana bread. Actually, it tastes really good. And the first time I got it, I didn't know it was vegan, and I was like, "Man, that's great. That's great banana bread." And then I went back and looked at it, and I was like, "Oh, it's vegan, so that's even better for your stomach, which is nice." But my parents, I think when I first started this, I don't know if they were totally on board. My brothers were kind of like, "Well, you're crazy," so that kind of makes sense. And a lot of my friends, surprisingly, a lot of my friends in Denver were kind of. I don't think they were kind of like they were. I think it was kind of like wait and see, kind of to see if it'd work. So I didn't have a whole lot of people in my corner when I first when I first started this. A lot of people were like, "Now, are you sure you want to do this?" And it was funny. My dad actually called me up, and it was like, I don't know, maybe 6 months after I had been on the road, and he's like, "All right, level with me." He's like, "Are you on the run from the mafia? Is someone after you? We can correct this." And I'm like, "No." I'm like, I just like to camp. Like, what the hell? And so I think after a while, once people realize that I really like doing this, that my family came around and they're cool with it now, and my brothers are cool with it. And what's nice is now it's like, you know, when they see like a nice picture and all that stuff, at least they used to like text me to me and just be like, "Oh, check this out," and everything, and we'll probably start that up again. I do have to say though that being on the road like this, I think it I think that you have to make time in order to see people because like it's so easy to just stay on the road and just keep going, and just keep going and going. So I used to go back to Kansas all the time, but then I also started realizing I'm like I gotta start making some of my own memories for holidays because I was going back up until like last year. I'd go back every Christmas, at least once, one Thanksgiving or one Christmas or both. And I've never really done anything on my own, and so I figured like last year that's why I stuck around camp and just like for Christmas and stuff like that. I just chilled out there and it was a good time. But I think a lot of people when they hit the road, their family kind of questions it just to make sure that everything's okay. And that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing to make sure that somebody's checking it to make sure you're not just jumping off the deep end. Because like in my regard, I had such a bad experience in the corporate world. I think that they were just concerned, like making sure that everything was cool. But then once they realized that I like doing it, I think it was okay. So anyway, that's a great question. All right, let's see here. How needed is AC around June? Let's see. See me waving on the hilltop under the sun. Hey neighbor, what's up, John? That's awesome. Let's see. Are you using the GoPro? No, Life Force Unleashed. I'm just using my MacBook Pro, so it's working good. All right, let's see here. Let's go back. Do you worry about coyotes with Sierra off leash? Not really. Danya, she's pretty good about sticking around, and the coyotes don't really seem to be coming around until right around sunset. And so it's sunrise, sunset, and then obviously all night long, but we're in the topper. And then the other night when we were in Flagstaff, I really think that we had like it sounded like a wolf that was howling. It didn't sound like a normal coyote. So when the coyotes go, they kind of go in unison, and this was like just like a lone wolf that was just like howling like crazy, and so that was pretty cool to hear. Unfortunately, I didn't have my camera. I had my camera with me, but it wasn't charged, so didn't get it. But there was one time when we were at that off-grid ranch, and we had the cabin that we were taking care of, and there was a coyote that was out front, and Sierra ran out front, saw the coyote, ran around the back and just ran up the hill to like chase after her. And I looked up on the ridge and there were like 3 coyotes waiting. So they were trying to bait her to get her up there. And I yelled at her. I'm like, Sierra, no. And I told her to come back and she did. So that was good. All right, let's see what's up. What else have we got here? Man, I'm sorry. I have got, let's see, got tested for COVID yesterday. Got Brian on advice. It's already found. Not tomorrow. First, please go. Oh, hey, Kathy. I'm sorry to hear that. Did you get tested or did you? I don't understand. That's quite one. Thanks for answering my question, Judy. Oh yeah, no problem. All right, let's see here. So let's see. We've got one that's seriously considering this lifestyle. Cool, but my adult children are very much against it. maybe have your children come out with you. You know, if your adult children, I mean, if they like to camp or something, have them come out with you. And I think a lot of it is just based in fear. You know, a lot of people are fearful that something might happen to a loved one, and so I think that you know, if they come out with you and see what you do from a day-to-day basis, and kind of like if you go on some hikes and have a good time, maybe cook some good food out here and have some good conversations around the campfire, you'd be in good shape. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. Nobody else on your bikes in the stairway. 6 minutes. Okay. All right, let's see. I think I'm all caught up on everything. Now, Caleb, this is a good question. So you're asking about ticks with Sierra. I don't do anything up here or also in Colorado or in Colorado. When I'm back in Kansas, I was really mindful of that when we went hiking that one time over at the Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve, because I mean, she got hit with ticks immediately, and she had like 8 of them on her, but luckily none of them had, you know, had gotten in, so I just kind of flicked them off. But what is that stuff? I remember there's this type of collar that you can get, and I can't remember what it is. I'll have to look online, and it's a type to where it is a flea and tick guard, and I used it once in Kansas after I saw those ticks, and literally like no ticks would go on her. So I mean, they wouldn't even get on her legs. So, and we were going through an area where the brush was like probably about knee high, and so I had them on my leg, and she didn't have any on hers, which was nice. But you know, it's a problem. She had one time where the tick had gotten, you know, the head all the way in and the little prongs all the way in. I had to dig them out and stuff. But luckily, I got her tested, and she wasn't sick with anything. Another thing too, a lot of people think that when you get a tick, you know, it's kind of like a urban myth that you take Vaseline or like a lighter or something like that and try to like burn the back of them or make them not breathe, and that actually makes the tick throw up into the dog or a person, you know, if the little head's in there. So just a heads up on that, like don't do that. What you can do is you can get a tick key, and I've got one of those. You just put it over the tick and you pull it back, and it just slowly pulls like the head out, also the 2 little tentacles that stick in there. That thing works pretty well. So all right, let's see what I found there for them. I just don't want to have any more Bigfoot run-ins while camping was. Let's see. So the Quiet Canyon was asking, let's see here. Do you ever hook up an air conditioner, summer generator? No, I don't do an air conditioner and summer generator. And the reason being is that, I mean, it's just taking too much of an energy draw, and I don't want to carry, you know, an air conditioner with this. You know, it's way too small of a deal of setup in there. And if I stay up high, like in higher elevations, I'm good to go. So I'll just go up to like Leadville and stuff like that and hang out. So, all right, let's see here. What else have we got? Which blood have you been sporting these days? I've been using both the 150 and then also the ACS 50. So I've got the EB 150 in the back, and then that's in the cab of the truck, and then the AC 50S is right here. I'll just use this and like to power up the computer. Also, let's see, what else am I doing? I'm tired as hell right now. You guys can't tell. I use the AC 50 for like powering up all my cameras and stuff like that. So, all right, let's see what else. Camping in Silverton. Oh, okay, Jody. There's some really good stuff in Silverton. If you go south of town, in between Silverton and Durango, there's a place called Lime Creek. And the lower part of Lime Creek, like I would say the southern part of it, is really easy to access if you've got 2-wheel drive. If you go to the northern part of it, it's pretty much just 4x4. There's a really great waterfall over there. It's called Cataract Falls. That's a cool place to check out. But overall, I would say that's a hard area to access, Lime Creek, but it's really beautiful back in there. And there's a little bit of cell reception, but not much. So let's see, great adventures. Do I ever wear sunscreen? No, I try to wear like the UV rated stuff. I don't really wear sunscreen. I do have the all natural stuff, but that's like more of like a mud, and it's really hard for it to get off your skin. So, all right, let's see. Hey, it looks like I'm trying to keep up with comments here, but are people fighting about healthcare stuff? Because if so, I just chill out. I don't want to, like, I want everybody to be cool. So I'm trying to read this and trying to do, you know, the live stream, and it's kind of hard to do. So if people could just be cool, I'm trying to like pay attention to both. So, all right, let's see here. Me Too, Great Adventures. I'm trying to get Brian to block her. Okay, let's see. Me Too. Okay, okay. So is it the Great Adventures that's causing problems? Okay, let's see. Put user in timeout. Okay, let's do this. Is it going in timeout? Let's see here. Great adventures. Sorry, people. Hide user. Okay, I'm just gonna go and hide him. All right, cool. I saw like people fighting and stuff like that, and I was trying to pay attention to it, and I couldn't do it at the same time. So, all right, let's see. Annie, who is in? Please block Annie. It's Annie. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Let me. I don't see Annie. Oh, okay, let's see Annie. Let's see. Hide user. Okay, let me unhide user. Okay, I think we've got it squared away now. So I've hid Annie, and then Great Adventures is back. I apologize, Great Adventures. I didn't mean to hide you there. So, jeez. Okay, everybody, just everybody be cool, all right? Like I'm trying to read this and then talk to y'all. And if I'm trying to read that, I can't talk to y'all and be cool and like keep a conversation going because I'm like seeing people fighting and stuff like that, and I don't want that. And if it's gonna keep up, then we'll just stop the live stream. So please don't do that. All right, be cool. All right, so let's check out the sunset. It's coming down a little bit more. So what I want is for this whole area to light up so y'all can see it, because this is really amazing when it's when the sun's going down. So I'm probably going to be here for a couple more days. I'm thinking about there's a hiking trail. I looked up on the Forest Service website and I found the most remote hiking trail in Arizona, and it's actually kind of near my place. And so what I was thinking was I can leave here, go back west a little bit more, check out a few more areas, and then go northwest, check out that area in the wilderness area, then take a bunch of 4x4 trails back into my spot. And then I'll probably, I don't know, hang out there for maybe a couple more weeks and then go out to Colorado, because the fly fishing season is going to start up here soon. I mean, you can already hit the rivers right now in Colorado, but I couldn't hit the lakes. The lakes are probably still frozen over until, I'd say probably till the middle part of June. And last year I started looking at my pictures. I started hitting the water up there like June 15th. And so, you know, I could probably chill out here for a little bit longer, maybe roll into northern New Mexico and hang out there for a little bit, and then go into southern Colorado. I do want to go see Baron and Elsa's place. Definitely. So that'll be one of the things I want to do pretty much first when I get there, because I've got my shipping container right around there with all my fly fishing gear, which I'll go grab. So Cowboy Camper, I do carry bear spray with me. I've got it right here. I usually always have it with me when I'm at camp, just because I want to have it's ready to go. I've also got my pistol with me that's just right in there. But the bear spray's great. I've always got that in my pack too. Let's see. My pack's in my truck, but there's a little side pocket in my pack to where I can literally have my pack on and then have this in the back area here, and I can grab it with my hand while my pack is still on, not to take my pack off and just pull it out real quick. Because a lot of people, you know, they'll put like their bear spray in their pack. You got to think, like, if an animal's going to attack you, you don't have time to take your backpack off and bust out your bear spray. And so try to put it in an area to where you can snag it. Another thing too is people will put it on their chest. There's like a type of harness that you can take, or a canister little thing that you can put right there on your chest, the little part that clips over. And those are okay, but they're kind of a pain to have them right there. So Trav, man, thank you very much for the super chat there, brother. All right, let's see here. What's that permit? Well, okay, this is kind of, let me go ahead and answer this. Somebody's asking if it's illegal to go into wilderness areas without a permit. No, only in national parks. I mean, national parks have like backcountry areas where you have to get a permit to go into, but that area you can't even take dogs into. But back here, it's fine. There's certain trails that are approved for them, but not all of them though. And so that's one thing you need to keep in mind. Also, too, like, I'm not driving into the wilderness area. Like, this area is not wilderness right now, so we're perfectly fine to be camping here, me and Sierra. So we're all set. But you know, that's a good question to ask. But like, you can't drive into the wilderness areas at all. And so all the trails in the wilderness areas, those are only just hiking trails that we're going to hit up. So just a heads up. All right, let's see. Hello there from Indiana. Hello there back to you. I'm going fishing in the morning, not fly fishing. Oh, darn, man. I can't wait to go fly fishing. It's like, I want to go fly fishing here on Oak Creek, but unfortunately it's, you know, Oak Creek is just so busy. But Oak Creek's amazing because they've got an area in there where you can catch smallmouth bass. Let's see, smallmouth bass, smallmouth, browns and rainbows all in the same stretch, which is really incredible. And that's 100% spring fed. So if you ever come through Sedona and you go down from Flagstaff down to, you know, the Sedona area on Highway 89 and go through that really incredible Oak Creek Canyon, that whole river down there is 100% spring fed. which is pretty amazing. When COVID hit, I came down here because Bears Ears was shutting down, and so I was like, well, I'm gonna go down to Sedona and see what that's all about. And I rolled into the area, and I ran into the guy who owns one of the fly fishing guides. I ran into him at Whole Foods, and I was like, hey man, are you going fishing right now? He's like, yeah. He's like, if you can get out there, it's amazing. And I was like, well, why is that? He's like, this is the only time in your life you'll never see anybody, you know, like you'll only, it's the only time in your life you'll see it to where there's never anybody there. Basically, is what he was saying. And so we went there, and I was looking for his truck because he's like, wherever I'm at, just park there, and then go down the cliff and go into the canyon. And I did, and I went down there, and I fly fished that place for 4 hours. I didn't see one other person. I got back on the road and drove from there all the way up to Flagstaff. I didn't see one person the entire way. And if you've ever been in Oak Creek Canyon in Sedona, you know that it's always packed. So that was amazing to be out there. So let's see. Somebody was asking if it gets cold at night. Up here, it's not bad. It's like probably about 45 at night. Let's see. Last night it probably got down to, I don't even think it got down to 50, but we were like 1,000 feet lower in elevation. Up in Flagstaff, though, it was still down to like in the 30s at night. So let's see. I'm going to fish brown rainbow trout and 2 weeks. Nothing better than fresh fish for dinner. Yeah, no kidding. I just love those fresh fish for dinner. And also, too, if you can get like, you know, asparagus and onions and make like a foil pack for them, or even some potatoes and throw those in there, man, that's so good. So all right, let's see. I look forward to the UP trout streams. Yeah, Uper Gym, that's awesome. I would love to go to our peninsula and check it out. Also, too, like the northern part of Wisconsin would be amazing. So that'd be incredible to check out. All right, let's see what else. How far can Sierra go on hikes with me now? You know, she's slowing down quite a bit, and so I would say that probably about 5 miles total now. She used to go like 10 to 15 miles, but I would say like 5 miles is basically the limit. And also too, like with her undercoat and everything, she can't go in heat or in temperatures that are like more than 80 degrees. And so we're getting to the point out here to where, I want to show you this real quick. So it's starting to get really cool looking. See all that? It's so cool. But it's starting to get out here to the point to where it's too uncomfortable for her. And what happens is she'll be hiking along, and then all of a sudden she'll just shut down and she'll just lay down because she gets too hot. And so, you know, I got to be careful with that. And that's why we spend all of our summers up in the higher elevations for cooler weather. And I like the cooler weather too. I just don't like to be in the hot weather. It drives me nuts. I can't sleep in it. I get kind of grumpy. I don't like to be sweaty all the time and everything. And so being out there in Colorado, you know, I like to go like Leadville area. I'll probably spend a lot of time in Crested Butte this summer. I want to go up there and check out some different spots. So anyway, that's kind of my take on that. But with Sierra, like I said, about 5 miles is about all we can do right now, which is fine because I'm still getting my health back. And you know, I realize as she gets older, we're not going to go crush the bigger hikes. And I'm actually kind of cool with that because, you know, after what I went through this past year, it's just been tough. And so I'm kind of down for some more Cadillac hikes, you know, some easy rolling hikes. So let's see here. Oh, cool. So let's see here. So you were talking about you live in Central Arizona, and you explore the water pockets of the Gila River. That's awesome. I've been down to the Gila Wilderness area, and man, you talk about a cool place in southern New Mexico. I was talking about it in the live stream on, what was it, yesterday morning, about Silver City, and that's kind of the area that you would base out of if you go into the Gila Wilderness area. And so you can base out of Silver City. It's like at 6,000 feet in elevation, so it has really great summer temps for, you know, southern New Mexico. And then from there you can either go south and go straight into Saguaro Desert, like straight up desert, to where it's those big old cactus and everything. Or you can drive an hour north and be in the Gila Mountains in the Gila Wilderness area. There's like one road that drives 45 minutes north, or 45 miles north, and ends at the Gila National Monument. It's like this cliff dwelling, I think is what it's called. And so that's a really cool area back in there. So if you ever get a chance to go to southern New Mexico, I'd recommend doing it. And there's a stretch of river down there that's like one notch below gold medal waters. And it's got like huge smallmouth bass and also big browns and big rainbows. So it's kind of similar to like how Oak Creek Canyon has a stretch like that. So let's see here. All right, let me take this down real quick. Unpinned message. I'm kind of going through just grabbing a comment and throwing it up. So if you have a question that you want to ask up, post it up again. I'll see if I can pay attention to it. So okay, so Gerald, you were asking me, so how do I get a signal up in the mountains? A lot of times what I try to do is I get line of sight. I try to get line of sight into town or get up high enough to where you can get cell reception. One thing that's nice about where I'm at right now, I don't know if we can see it. No, we can't. It's actually like right over in there is a cell phone tower. So like the cell phone service up here is really good. But I use a router that actually has an unlimited data card in it from Central America. And so the AT&T network has unlimited data cards that they sell down in like, Panama or wherever. And I take it and I put it into a little router like this, little GSM router for AT&T. And I'm able to get truly unlimited data. So I can live stream and, do tons of stuff back here and I'm good to go, which is nice. And so the service called Unlimitedville, and they have it also for Verizon and I think for like T-Mobile, and then for one other one. I can't remember what the other one is, but it's expensive. It's like $200 a month, but it's truly unlimited. So I can work on my laptop and get a bunch of work done. I was doing it to where when I first hit the road, I was having 15 gigs of data with my cell phone. But I mean, you burn through that so fast, especially doing content creation. Like you load up 2 or 3 videos and it's toast. And then you think about it, every time you get on, you download email or podcast or whatever, and you just burn through it so fast. And so with this one, it's nice. And even you can even game on it too. You can do, Call of Duty, all that stuff. And they won't kick you off the network. So it's real nice. All right, let's see what else we got here. Unpin that message. Let's see. Any good books lately? Mix it up, Kenny. I'm still reading. So I've got these 2 right here. I've got The House of Rain, which I'm continuing to read. And then I just found the 1491. I still have a little bit to go with that. And so I'm pretty excited to finish this one up. And this is the Americas before Columbus showed up. And then The House of Rain is about Chaco Canyon. So just a heads up, those are the 2 that I'm reading right now. The House of Rain one's good, but it's by Craig Childs, and I just have to give people a heads up. Like if you go and get those in any books from him, he goes through a really descriptive process on every single thing that he talks about. Some people don't like it, but I do. I think it creates a good mental image, and like I was saying, I think it helps coax the imagination along. So, but some people get really annoyed by it. So just a heads up. But there's audiobooks for both those. So if you're looking for something to kill the time, those Craig Child stuff is really, really good. So here we go. It's starting to get a little bit better. You can see how it's going to get really good when the sun goes down. But that looks like another planet. Like looking out on that doesn't look real. Like, isn't that amazing? So anyway, I just love it up here. I mean, and it's nice too. It's nice and cool up here. So it's a little bit. We're about 1,000 feet higher in elevation than where we were yesterday. So it's nice. I mean, we woke up this morning and by 7 a.m. it was blazing hot at camp. So I'm like, we're out of here. And we spent the whole day 4-wheeling. And I did I really went to great lengths to film all day today. Like the whole process of like going through the different washes that we did and filming from the air and then filming coming up here and all that stuff and then filming while we're in town. So I want to try to put together like a really good video as far as like what truck camping's like. Cause I started thinking about it today. I was like, I put together great videos about winter camping, but I don't do anything for truck camping. I don't do any lifestyle videos for this stuff really. And so I think I'm going to start doing that and try to put more of those together to give everybody a glimpse into what it's like to do this. Cause like, I love rolling around every day. I mean, it's tiring, but it's so much fun to 4-wheel all day long and go and see different areas and be in remote sections. You don't see a whole lot of people on tough trails. And so it's nice to do that. And then it's fun too. I'll run into some people I ran into some people today that follow the channel. They're like, oh, what's up? They're like, we follow your channel. It's so cool to see you out here on trail. So it's always nice to run into people like that. I also ran into 2 girls that were smoking hot. So I don't know. Hopefully they'll be back up trail here again. So, but all right, let's see here. There is the view. And I'm up on the Mogollon Rim. Excuse me, I got to clear my ears there. I'm still got a little bit of a cold. But I'm up on the Mogollon Rim outside of Sedona. And this is not the top of the world site. Some people were asking if this was top of the world site. And I just want to clarify that it's not. Top of the world site is over, actually kind of where the sun's setting. Like in that, way over there. And that's, I've never been there, actually. I've had some friends that have gone out there and they say it's incredible, but apparently it takes a long time to get out there. And so I'd like to go out there and check it out one of these days. And there's a few other, I bought a map for all the different ridges around here. And I started noticing, I'm like, man, there are so many trails that go to all these different ridges that have lookout points. So I'll probably start scouting those out, but I may have to wait until, it cools back off in the fall. Because if it's going to start getting hot like this, I mean, like the reason why I jammed out here this week and didn't stay up at the property was that I noticed that the temperature was getting a little bit cooler. So I thought, well, this is like a little bit of a window for me to come into Sedona one last time and hang out before the season gets totally swamped out with bad temperatures, and then you have to wait until at least October, probably more like November. Another thing too is I'm always nervous for Sierra with rattlesnakes, and so yesterday I did take her on the hike with us when we went up to go check out the ruin, and I was just looking around constantly for rattlesnakes and stuff like that. And I realized I had made mention during the live stream that maybe I'll go, maybe I'll go hike, leave her in the truck and go up there real quick. And I realized yeah, I'll probably never do that. I'll always have her with me, just because I'd feel bad if something happened to me if I was out, and even if it was just a mile hike and if something happened and she had just sit in the truck all day, I'd just feel horrible about that. So, all right, let's see. Jerry. Oh, Jerry, you're talking about that top of the world site that you 23 miles down. Wow. 23 miles is a long ways. I had heard it's kind of bumpy sometimes, but of course I think it depends on the weather. If it rains a bunch, everything out here gets rutted so fast that if it rains, those roads can be really hard to drive on. Also too, like you can get stuck in those areas if there's too much rain because those roads become too slippery. So let's see, Carol, where do you buy your maps? I just found this one. Let's see, where did I get? I got this one. It's is it at Whole Foods? Let me see. Let me show you which one it is. Hang on. Maybe it was a gas station. It's just the outdoor recreation map. You'll see them in different areas that you go to. Like they'll be like $13 to $14 or something like that. And like there's one for Salida that I have as well. And then I think I've got one for Moab. But it doesn't show everything, but it does show a lot of nice stuff around the area. So the other maps that you can get, you can get like the motor vehicle use map from the Forest Service. You can just go to the ranger station and ask for that. And the nice thing about that is I mentioned this in the other live stream the other morning, but if you go in there and ask them like where to go, they'll tell you, so if you go and say, hey, I'm looking for, to camp next to water or close to water that, is kind of off the beaten path or whatever, they'll give you a heads up as to where it is. So, all right, let's see what other comments do we have here. Oh, there's still snow over there. That's incredible over at Huber Overguard. Cool. Hello. Most hotels in Prescott's have a map like that. Cool, Chris. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I love Prescott, by the way. That's probably my favorite town. I thought for sure when I first started hanging out here, I was like, oh, I'll probably operate out of Flagstaff. But now it's like I pretty much operate out of Prescott. That area is amazing. Okay, let's go this way and see what it's like. All right. So we're looking pretty sharp out there. And it's just going to get better. So, all right, let's see. What else? Check the lobby. Oh, yeah. I actually was hanging out in the lobby when I was getting my truck done. The last day that I had it done, I didn't want to stay in the hotel. And so I didn't want to have a hotel room. And so we checked out the hotel room when Sierra and I hung out in the lobby, and Sierra was taking a nap. That's when I took that picture a couple of Fridays ago and put it on the community section of the page here. When she was laying upside down like that, that's the leather couch that's in the middle of the Prescott Hacienda Inn like living room area. So oh yeah, and Jerome is very cool. That's an awesome town. I was gonna actually stay in there. I had a line on a room at the Conner Hotel, that historic hotel that allows dogs. We have let's see here. We got a helicopter coming right here. I don't know if you can see them. These are like the tourist helicopters. They come up here and they fly around. We'll see them coming like right here. They come around and do views. And so what they'll do is they'll fly up and you'll see them take off like way over there. And they'll fly up these ridges over here like this, then come overhead and then go around that way and fly down those ridges and go back into town. So that's what happens. And they come by about every 30 minutes, I'd say about once an hour actually. So it's not too bad. So Deb, yeah, I'm in Sedona. Just actually, I'm outside of it about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Any plans to fly fish down in the Southwest? Lucas was asking this. Not at the moment. I mean, I've got my fly fishing license for both Arizona and New Mexico. I don't have it for Colorado yet. I'll get it when I get there this summer. But I think I'm just going to kind of get a few things done around the ranch. And then I've got to get a few things in around Flagstaff. And then I can roll to Colorado and go fly fishing for the summer. But you know, I don't really know, excuse me, I don't really know the areas to fly fish down here in the Southwest that much. I mean, I know a little bit like around Navajo Lake and let's see where else. I mean, obviously Oak Creek, and then there's some places around here like is it Dogtown Reservoir? There's some other places like that, but I just don't know. I don't know the Four Corners that well, so I need to get to know it a little bit better. I basically just know Central and Southwest Colorado when it comes to fly fishing, and I was thinking how much fun it would be to go up to Grand Mesa this summer and go fly fish, because that area has like it's a 500. Is it 500? No, yeah, it's 500 square miles of a national forest, and there's 300 lakes, which would be amazing. And there's not much cell service up there, so it'd be cool just to go up and kind of get lost and fly fishing all summer. So all right, let's check this out. It's starting to get much better. The sun's starting to go down a little bit. I'm going to take this down real quick. Hang on 1 second. My pan. All right, so here we go. Starting to get really spectacular. I mean, that has to be one of the coolest corridors I've ever seen, you know? Like just looking into that way, it's just amazing. So anyway, that's pretty spectacular. So I'm gonna camp here another night, and I'll definitely do some more photography and stuff like that. And I want to try to do like a good time lapse of the you know, the sunset, and also too, if there's any good clouds, there's supposed to be a chance of rain tomorrow. And so if that's the case, it'd be kind of neat to get some clouds like rolling in through this area here, like coming up the valley. Like if that happens, that would be amazing to get. So we'll see. And I've got, you know, the GoPro and then also the Canon to shoot with while I'm out here. So we're set. So all right, let's see here. How are, let me someone was asking about the winters. Okay, so let's see. So Minka was asking, you know, how are the winters here? You know, it snows, but not that much. I was here 2 winters ago where they had a 2-foot snowstorm in Sedona, which was crazy. And I didn't check the weather. And so I went to bed that night and they're like, hey, chance of precipitation. I didn't think like, oh, the precipitation is going to be snow. And so it snowed all night long. And then I slept in that morning because it was dark out because it was snowing. And I woke up to my tarp being completely collapsed around me. And like the snow was just, I had me like trapped in the back of the topper for a little bit. I had to like bust out. So it was a lot of fun. But Flagstaff got 4 feet in that same snowstorm, which was crazy. And so, but it doesn't snow that often down here. You know, they'll have a few bumps here and there of snow. For the most part, you know, it'll get down to like around freezing, maybe a little bit higher, a little bit above freezing during the daytime, and the evening time definitely below freezing in the wintertime. But it's not bad. It's pretty mild. And in the summertime, like July is the hottest month out here for sure. And I would say temperatures, you know, they get up to like 100. So. All right, let me unpin that and let's see what else we got. Let's see. So this is what freedom looks like. Thanks, Mix It Up, Kenny. I have fun out here. I'm a little bit tired today. I didn't realize just how like kind of like spent I was until I started the live stream, and then I had to read all those comments, stuff like that, and try to pay attention to this. So I know the live stream got off to kind of a rough start there, so I apologize. But I'm planning on getting caught up on sleep tonight, and then I've actually got enough video footage for like probably 4 videos. I got to start putting them out, and I've been kind of lame or been kind of lax with them as of late. I've just been kind of tired. But I've got the ambulance video, and that's actually really coming together really well for Happy Trails. I like that video a lot, and he's doing a really good job with that ambulance. I think he's getting ready to go full time here shortly. And so so I've got that one, and then I've got enough videos for like I've got stuff up in Flag. I've got some stuff back at the ranch. I haven't done anything extra with that extra channel that I started, which I don't know if I'm going to actually do that. I've got enough on my plate as is. So I was like super motivated that day. One day I was actually feeling halfway decent. I was like, oh, I'm going to start another channel. And then I've come to realize I probably don't have the time for it. so anyway, let's see. So Deb, go check out the abandoned cave. Okay, cool. I'll go check that out. Let's see. Do I use a composting toilet? No, I just dig a cat hole when I'm out here camping, you know. And that's what's nice about having this entrenchment tool is like literally this right here this is a 6-inch entrenchment tool. And so you just go down that deep. That's 6 inches is what Leave No Trace recommends. So you just go down that far and you're all set. Let's see. Somebody's asking if I have a fridge in my truck, and I do. I have the Dometic. So it's right back here. and it's the Dometic CFX 45, and so I like it. It's a great fridge. I'm impressed that with how much I throw that around, especially in the wintertime, because I'll take it out of there, out of the truck and put it in my tent in the wintertime. So every day taking it out, or not every day, but every 2 or 3 days, I guess, taking it out, banging around, and that thing is so quiet. The compressor is still just like when it kicks on, I'm like, is that the compressor? Like if it's super quiet, I can barely hear it. So I'm pretty impressed with Dometic. I know that they're expensive. You can get like Alpacool or different fridges that don't cost nearly as much, but the reason why Dometic costs that much is, number one, it's like thinner walls, but number two, the compressor technology. It's like they've kind of dialed it in for as far as low energy draw, and I can see her all bundled up down there. She looks all cute. But it's for energy draw, and then also for the quietness of the compressor. So just a heads up. Let's see. Somebody was asking me, do I get lonely for a companion? I don't. I keep myself so busy with stuff that I'm good to go. And before I had all these stomach issues, I date on the road. I mean, there's different apps and stuff. You can meet girls, or I'd meet girls when, out and about in town and stuff like that. And so, but lately I haven't dated just because I haven't felt very good, and so I didn't want to commit to going out and then have that time come around and me not feel good, which was pretty much all the time. And so I just didn't make any plans. So now that I'm starting to feel better, I would like to start to date again, which would be nice. So we'll see. Let's see here. I feel like I'm always hanging out with you and Sierra Pam a lot. That's cool. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. So yeah, Josh, definitely. I like that thing for a stool. And it's actually kind of locked in that position. I've got to get some grease on here because, unfortunately, the one thing about these e-tools, and for pretty much any e-tool that I've ever used, is the locking mechanism here can become like kind of stuck, especially if you don't take it out of this position and use this a bunch. Then what happens is dirt gets in here and kind of messes with the screw component, so it doesn't come off very easy anymore. But it's all good. So sun's starting to go down. We're getting ourselves some pretty good view here. So, and it's really nice and peaceful up here. Like I was saying, there's no one else around camping. So I came up here, I got up to the ridge area, and there's a 4x4 trail that's pretty gnarly that you can take to come up here. So I thought, well, I'll just go slow with that, because I aired down my tires to about 15 PSI and rolled along real slow. And came up here, and the whole way up, I mean, every single campsite, you can tell there's been people up here this summer, but there's no one around. We did just enter a stage 1 fire ban. And so that's one thing. I think that when people can't have campfires, sometimes they're like, I don't want to go camping. So maybe that's keeping them away. But man, it was nice today. I don't know if maybe there's just not that many people in town or what, but typically the area that I drove through on my way here, they have all these like Jeep tours and ATV tours and all that stuff. And I think that the whole time that I was driving that was like 4 hours, and I didn't see more than a dozen people, which I was floored with, because the Sedona is usually just slammed full of people. So, all right, let's see here. Thanks, James. Yeah, truck's looking good. I actually gave it a little bit of a wash before we came up here to make it look kind of nice, but everything's going great with it, and tires are holding up real well. I air these up and air them down pretty much every single time that I get out on trail, and you can see like the rocks that I hit and stuff. I've got a little bit more damage on the rims there, but I think that just makes it look cool. So I'm excited for that. And got the winch on the front here, so I've got the Warren 9.5 XPS or whatever. I don't even know which model number it is. Okay, so we're starting to get a little bit. Man, the clouds kind of went away. I'm kind of bummed about that, because I thought we had those really cool cloud cover, but we just have like this one alien cloud right here. So this is the alien mothership that's going to abduct me and take me up to outer space. So let's see. How's Bigfoot? I don't know. I haven't run into Bigfoot lately. Best tips to get your 15 Tacoma to last as long as yours. Don, you're asking that. I think just like change your oil a bunch and stay on top of maintenance. Also, too, lube up all of your like grease points. Make sure you hit those constantly if you're going to be out on the trail, because like I didn't realize when I would go in to get my oil done or my oil changed, I thought that the front was getting hit with like the people that were doing the grease underneath, but they didn't for like a year, and everything up there almost seized up. And so make sure you're always greasing up everything. And if you stay on top of routine maintenance, I think that your pretty much any truck nowadays will last a while, you know. So except for the new Bronco, I don't know how that one's going to work out. Some people were commenting on the comment section when I put that up about the new Traxxas one. That's the RC truck. It's not the real Bronco. I'm not going to get the real Bronco. So, all right, here we go. Woo. It's so nice. It's such a great view. What's nice too is, like, you know, it's usually pretty windy up on these ridges during the daytime, but as soon as the sun starts to go down, the wind usually mellows out unless there's a storm coming through. And so you can always bet on, if you're camping up here, if it's really windy and early during the day, just wait until the evening comes around and then you're good to go. So I'm going to put this up here. All right, let's see here. Just like that. All right, cool. We need more Bronco vids. Yeah, no kidding. I've been having fun with that one. I meant to shoot with this one over in the area that I was camping at last night, but we just didn't have enough daylight. So telling me to stop by and get me. Yeah. If the aliens come, I definitely want to go up with them. Isn't it kind of interesting now how, like, all the government and everybody is, like, acknowledging the aliens? I don't know if you all have noticed that late, but within, like, the past year, it's really come on. So I think that's kind of cool. So, all right, let's see here. A few more minutes, and then we're going to log off and going to start cooking some dinner. I think tonight we're going to do pancakes for dinner. And I've got some bananas and then also strawberries and blueberries that we can throw on top of it. And then I've also got pure organic maple syrup that's really good. It's like the high quality stuff, so I'm pretty excited for that. So, all right, a few more seconds with the view here. Let's go right up to the edge, and we'll check this out, and then we'll end the live stream up here on the edge. All right, was that good? I don't know if that was a good pan. I couldn't really see it. All right, there we go. All right, there we go, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll try to have a new video up tomorrow because we're gonna be staying put in the spot. So, like I said, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will catch up with you probably tomorrow. All right, good night. Man,